Hello students, happy Monday. This happens to be Labor Day, so I don't expect any of you to be joining me on Zoom. I expect you to be having a nice day off to rest and relax, but I am recording this overview of your week's assignments so that you can watch it later when you are done resting. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you some things on Blackboard. First, you're gonna see a bunch of announcements when you log in. I put a few of them up the last couple days. So these are just reminding you how our class is set up. This one is telling you a reminder about week 2. Make sure you post to the discussion forum. There's a lot of places you can post in that group section. So make sure you do a discussion forum thread for each of your resources. Here's another announcement about some extra credit opportunities. You can check those out if you're interested. When you click on content, you're going to see a week 3 folder. And I'm going to back up here and remind you that they're all still red because we are still in the praxis phase of our class. We are analyzing teaching practices and trying to identify practices we're interested in researching. So that's why in week 1 we had the nice introduction to our course and pedagogy of the oppressed as sort of setting a context for analyzing teaching. You could have listened to it as well. Week 2, we read a chapter from Paris and Allen on culturally sustaining pedagogy, which adds a little bit more to what you should have learned in pedagogy of the oppressed. And there is a video lecture here that you can select one of these, right? There's a bunch of them to pick from. You don't have to watch them all. That was week 2. Week 2, last week, you also should have done a journal on the reading you did and signed up for a small group. We had a few questions about this, so I'm gonna back up and show this again. When you click on that, you'll see that most people have already joined groups. That's why there's only 3 left that have space. So when you click on it, you'll click sign up and it'll show you who's in that group. Now, this one only has 1, so we might move this person later because she has nobody to work with. But you sign up and you will see down here, there's some tools. What you wanna post to is this discussion board. Okay, so when you come into the discussion board, you will create a forum and you'll call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it your name of your TPE or resources, and you'll add your resource you found. That's going to ensure that everybody can see it just like this person did, okay? So that's what you're going to be doing there. I just want to clarify that because there's a few questions about where to put it. Let's go ahead and jump into week 3 now. If you click on week 3, you're going to see that instead of a reading this week, we actually have a video. So if you click on this video, it should take you to this video link through our library. So if it doesn't come up, you may have to log in through the library system first. I believe it will just open up, but if not, you may have to log in. And if it still doesn't open up, worst case scenario, you'll have to just take this title and search it right here in the library search bar and you'll be able to find it. It's about 28 minutes, so you'll want to make sure you set aside enough time to watch it. And it's going to talk about culture responsive teaching and how culture can interact with the classroom. It's a really good video. There's a lot of wonderful experts in this, including Gloria Lassen-Billings and Louise Moll, who are people you're going to read later on and very likely cite in your paper. So you're going to want to pay attention to those people who are talking. They are wonderful experts for our field. So once you have watched that, your weekly journal, instead of being about a reading, is going to be about that video. So you'll respond to that journal here. I'm going to click on this just to remind you how to do this. So when you come into the journal, remember it's going to say out of 150 points. I'll grade it every couple weeks and add your points. It's still 10 points a week. So don't expect to get the whole 150 from the beginning. You'll have to create a journal entry by clicking this, and you can title it whatever you want. And you can either type it right in here, or you can attach it. That's up to you. If you want to even write it somewhere else on a Google Doc and put a link, that's fine. Just test it and make sure that it works and I can open it. Okay, so let's go back to week 3. So you have your video, your journal here that you're going to respond, and then you're going to respond to 2 of your group members. So you're going to come in here and take a look at what your group has posted. When you join your group, it should show your group in here. And if it doesn't, you can also click over here. If you're having trouble finding them, you can click on groups and you can join your group. It should show your group automatically because you've already signed up. It doesn't show one for me because I'm the instructor and I didn't sign up for one. But for you, it should be pretty easy to just click on groups and join, okay? When you get in there, look at what it's asking you to do. Explore the videos and web resources your group members found related to your TPE. Respond to at least 2 group members' posts. Your own resources along with these should give you an understanding of the TPE so that you can begin to identify a topic next week. So remember, we have 6 TPEs that the state of California says you need to be hopefully gaining proficiency in before you are a classroom teacher. And when you are selecting one of those for this class, you're just going to explore all kinds of topics within that and get an understanding of that one TPE. Later on, you'll have to master them all, but for right now, we're just gonna pick one that you're interested in. So when you pick that one, you're gonna spend some time looking at resources that you believe give you examples of what that TPE looks like, how to accomplish proficiency in that TPE. So for example, if it was assessing student learning, I would want to go through those videos and those web resources, and I should have posted things that help me understand how to better assess student learning, whether it's a teaching video, a blog, a website, whatever. You can pick whatever you want and post those. Here, this week, you're going to go in and look at what your group members have posted. This is all your group is doing in this phase. You're just sharing resources and examples of your TPE with each other. This should help you hone in on a specific thing you're interested in writing about for your paper. We'll talk about that next week, but you should be thinking about, wow, I'm really interested in this one particular idea. And that's what you're going to be doing by sharing these resources. This is just a reminder here for you. It says vocabulary associated with teaching practices. After selecting your group and finding sources that describe and explain a teaching practice associated with this TPE, you should now be able to identify some key vocabulary related to this practice. Visit the Cal TPAs at this link. It will take you right to that same source that I showed you before. It's a giant PDF that has all the TPEs and explanations for them. If you haven't spent any time reading those, I highly suggest you read the one on your TPE and start identifying some words and phrases that you think are important. Those words and phrases and common vocabulary that you might have seen on websites and in videos will help you later on do some searches to find academic sources, because you have to know, what do teachers call this stuff, right? So if it's related to assessments or engaging students in learning, what kind of words and phrases do teachers often use? Those are going to help you later when you do research. So I suggest you make a list, maybe just keep it on your desk or open a document and start making a bulleted list of words and phrases that you think relate to that TPE. You could highlight them straight out of this link right here if you wanted to. Maybe go back over your resources and the ones that your group members posted and see if there's some words and phrases that are commonly showing up. That will help you later on. That's all you need to do for week 3. I'm not going to jump ahead to week 4 yet, because I want you to focus on these things first and get them done well before we go ahead and add any more to your plate. Have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed your 3-day weekend.